We've never had it so good, my friends. And you can argue all you want, and you can look. Many Republicans are going to say it was better during Trump, and I don't disagree with that. But it's never been so good to be a human being in America today. It just hasn't been. And you can argue, well, the baby boomers had it better. I'm going to prove to you this why that's simply not true. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of anti-boomer mentality out there. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the baby boomers control the media. They control academia. You know, a lot of them just stink. But the baby boomers are a huge group of people. Many of them fought in Vietnam. They just don't. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to prove to you right now, if you're living right now, which you inherently are, else you wouldn't be watching this video, you have it better than anyone else before ever. Now, that doesn't mean it's easy. That doesn't mean it's difficult to buy a house. But in terms of your overall creature comforts and even the stuff you need to survive, food, housing, shelter, clothes, without question, never mind entertainment, all this stuff, you're better off today than ever before. Now, again, because this video says, hey, we're doing better off, it won't get that many views. I can see that a mile away. You know what I'm saying? I should have titled this like, it's never been worse. But I'm not trying to be a clickbait kind of connoisseur. But just, man, hear me out, dude. Come on. Look, I don't like Sniffy Joe. I'm going to vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? After that, I probably won't vote for anyone ever again because the Republican Party is just full of crap, too. But at the end of the day, it's better now than ever. All right, so let's dive into this from my man over here at Human Progress. What the hell? Get rid of that. I'm not joining a Zoom meeting. Good boy. This is the humanprogress.org, the Simon Abundance Index. Now, a lot of people are going to say the Earth was 509% more abundant in 2023 than it was in 1980. All right. My parents were born in 1946, 1947. So in 1980, they were 33 years old, 34 and 33 respectively. So they were the boomers, 100%. It's 509% more abundant now than it was in 1980. And I'm 53, so someone who's 33 years old right now is better off than they were. And I hear a lot of people that say, oh man, the cost of housing is through the roof. It is. But what people don't understand, if you read my book, Relax and Retire, you'll realize that the majority, I'm not going to say the vast majority, but a significant majority of people did not own their homes in the 1930s and 1940s. They just did not. In fact, owning a home was the surest way you knew if you had a privy. A privy is an outhouse. Owning a home was the surest way you knew if you did not have electricity, for instance. All right? Never mind central air conditioning. Never mind heating. Heating was all, it was coal and it was wood. So you didn't heat in your bedroom. Anyway, so if you look, owning a home, about a third of the population own a home. And a significant, sizable amount of those people had a privy in outhouse, the homeowners. You're actually better off to be a renter. That's just a fact. So you can sit there, oh, it's so much easier to buy a home back in the old days, and so much, it wasn't. Now you can say it's so much easier for boomers to buy a home, and I'm going to show you why it's still even better now than for boomers. All right, let's go back. So Simon, this is the guy, my man, Julian Simon. He did a bet with Paul Ehrlich about prosperity. I think it was Paul Ehrlich. And he said that we'll be better off, 5 categories, he said we'll be better off by the year 2000 than we were in 1980. And he mopped the floor with Ehrlich. I think it was Ehrlich. Anyway, the Simon Abundance Index quantifies and measures the relationship between resources and population. It converts the relative abundance of 50 basic commodities in the global population into a single value. It started in 1980 with a base value of 100. By 2023, it stood at 609, indicating resources have become 509% more abundant over the past 43 years. You can see right here. And we'll go into what that means. It's based on Julian Simon right here. If memory serves, he's also a hedge fund manager. Well, not hedge fund, investment guy too. I could have sworn he was. All right, so what he says is, if resources are finite, Simon's opponents argued, as Simon's opponents argued, then an increase in population to lead to higher prices and scarcity. So this is Paul Ehrlich, 100%. Resources are finite. Thus, more people means less resources, means higher prices and more scarcity. Yet Simon discovered that the opposite was true. As the global population increased, virtually all resources have become more abundant. How is that possible? He recognized that raw materials without the knowledge of how to use them have no economic value, i.e. oil. Oil was a negative in the late, I would say 1890s, 1880s, something like that. Oil was a negative. People did not want land with oil on it because they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to refine it. They didn't know what to do. Don't forget, whale oil was what was lighting most homes. You're killing whales to light most homes. It's crazy. So by finding the way to use that abundant supply of oil, we saved whales and we have better resources available to us too. Because we had the knowledge, the human brain has the knowledge to convert those raw materials into resources. And new knowledge is limitless. Simon also understood that it's only human beings who discover and create knowledge. Therefore, resources can grow infinitely and indefinitely. In fact, human beings are the ultimate resources. Your brain is worth more than a pig. Your brain is worth more than a freaking solar panel. Your brain is worth more than anything. That's why abortion is so evil. You're killing off human ingenuity. Never mind just killing off individuals. You can't be killing people. Abortion is evil, 100%. All right, resource abundance can be measured. I know I'll get that's kind of, we're going to show it right here. So what he's going to say is, look, we have a population right here. We increased the population from 1980 by 80%. We went from 4 billion or 4.5 billion or something like that to 8 billion people in the world, which I even doubt that. How do you measure that? I don't think the world has 8 billion people, not even close. I don't think so. But anyways, we have 80% more people, and we had increased right here personal resource abundance. All right, let's just show what that means here. Let's go down here. Lamb. All right, well, actually, he talks about right here. Personal resource abundance grew by 238%, while the population grew by 80%. All right, so what it means is, as noted, the average time price of 50 basic commodities fell by 70% between 1980 and 2023. As such, the 50 commodities became 238% more abundant. Lamb grew more abundant by 671%, while the abundance of coal grew by at least 30%. You can see right here, lamb. It grew by 675%, which means the percentage time to price to buy. Now, let me just go down this chart. This will make more sense right here. Right here. So here, we're going to go to lamb. Right there. So in 1980, the nominal price for a kilogram of lamb was $1.31. In 2023, the nominal price for a kilogram of lamb is 0.95 cents. It's 95 cents a kilogram. In 1980, it was $1.31. All right, change in nominal price. So the price actually went down by 27%. But the time price, it took you in 1980, in terms of the average hourly wage that you made, 0.41 hours. Not a full hour, but 60, whatever that is, 24 minutes. It took you 24 minutes of labor to buy a kilogram of lamb. Today, it takes you 0.05. I don't even know what that is. What 0.05 is 60. What's that, 3 minutes? It takes you 3 minutes of labor, the average hourly wage, to buy a kilogram of lamb. Let's go to something else. Coffee right here. Coffee traded at $3.35 in 1980 for a kilogram. All right. And in 2023, it trades at $3.58. So it grew by 6.7%. In terms of nominal cost, what it traded back then, what it costs now, same thing. But back then, it took, right here, an hour of the average. It took you an hour to buy 1 kilogram of coffee. Now it takes you 1/5 of an hour to buy you a kilogram of coffee, which is an 81% price change in the total cost of your labor. It's crazy. Aluminum, it costs $1,779 for a metric ton. Now it costs $2,200 for metric ton. So it grew by 27%. But it costs, look at that, it took 548 hours of labor to buy a metric ton of aluminum. Now it takes 123 hours of labor to buy a metric ton of aluminum. The price change is negative 77.4% when you factor in the cost relative to how much you're getting per hour of labor. Dude, it's better off than it. And then you can go down the list here. We got crude oil, we got cotton, we got corn. Corn is 62% cheaper relative to an hour of labor. Copper is 30% cheaper relative to an hour of labor. Natural gas is 71% cheaper relative to an hour of labor. Plywood is 74% cheaper relative to an hour of labor. Rice, 76%. Salmon, 80% cheaper. We got beef on here? Yeah, beef, 68% cheaper relative to an hour of labor. That's what I always say. We didn't have any beef growing up, dude. We had liver, and I don't even know what the hell I had. We had tofu, and I can't remember what else we had. Very rarely did we have hamburgers. Hardly ever did we have steak. Dude, man, it's good to be alive. Show some gratefulness. Be grateful and be content with what you got. All right, love your thoughts. God bless. We'll be going live tonight to talk about dividends at 8 p.m. Eastern time. See ya.